Today I'm going to talk about something that's a tech tip that maybe a lot of people don't know. I've been doing it for years, but on these headers, I need some bolts that will thread in, but they need to be 1 inch long. The only ones I could find were 1.5 inches long. I bought ARP bolts, so I'm going to have to shorten them. They are 12-point bolts. They are in the place the way these headers are made. I couldn't put a 6-point. I can't get a socket on there. So I bought the 12 points. They're a little more pricey when you buy the ARP bolts, but they're good bolts. But I'm gonna have to shorten them down to 1 inch long. The way they go on the ear here, I can't really have a longer bolt. I don't want a longer bolt. These are the bolts that I bought for my headers. They're 7/16 14s, which means 14 threads per inch. 7/16 is the diameter of the actual threaded portion of the bolt, in case you didn't know. About 1.5 inches. These are 12-point bolts. So what I'm going to do is lock down the bolt in the vise. In this case, I'm going to lock it down on the nuts, like so. And I've already got the length that I want sticking out. I'm going to use a cutoff wheel with this. And this is one of the Lennox metal cutting blades. I'm gonna try and see how this works. It works pretty good on most stuff, so I'm gonna guess it's gonna work good on this. But always wear safety glasses and gloves. This thing will go right through a glove. I've actually cut myself on this, so make sure to have all the guards on. Make sure I get it good and tight in the vise. And let's try it again. It's going to be very hot right now, so again, you need to have gloves on. If you don't have gloves, you'll regret it. So I'm going to tighten it down on the first nut, and then I'm going to loosen the second nut off of it. So for the bolt I'm doing, it takes 11/16. You just loosen the nut off, and it feels a little tight, but it's going to straighten the threads out pretty good with this nut. So just kind of work it back and forth a little bit. But one reason it's good to use 2 nuts on there if you can. All right, so already I can see I have a little bit of a overhanging edge there that I didn't get all the way off. So I just cleaned it up a little more. One way to smooth the end off is with a file. Just kind of take it and take off the rough edges or the sharp edges. And spin it around and do the other edges. And this just helps when you're threading into the, whatever you're threading it into. If you got this, it kind of mimics what they do at the factory with bolts. And the nuts should thread on and off very easily. Like I said, you may have to work it back and forth a time or two, but you definitely want it to be easy. So that one, so you see it threads back on there easily, and that's what you want. And you can also do this. If I had a grindstone on there, I would just run it on the grindstone, but a file works, a belt sander works. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but essentially that's what you're looking for. So what we're doing here is making the bolt where it will not be so long and sticking through the ears here on the head. You don't want it to be excessively long. So we'll see how long we come up with. So I got my socket here with my 12 point. And my ratchet with my 12 point socket. You can see the length there is perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. That's what I was needing to do. See the end of the bolt there? This thread actually has a helicoil in it. These ears that stick off on the heads are very bad about the bolts breaking off in them. So I had to have a helicoil put in this one. This side came out. So now I just got to cut off the rest of the bolts. You can see the clearance issue is not a problem, where it would be with a 6-point bolt. It's too close to the tube here. So 12-point bolts, what I had to do, it's what I got. It's gonna work out good. I just gotta cut all the rest of them now. I just didn't want bolts sticking through really far here. I don't think that would look good and it would be in the way. So that's why I'm cutting them off. But maybe this will help somebody know in the future how to deal with cutting off bolts. It's really not bad at all. And the larger bolts are actually easier to get the threads back right. When you have a really fine bolt, sometimes you got to mess with the threads a little bit if it's a fine thread bolt, a small fine thread. But it can easily be done. You just have to be a little more delicate with it. Hope this helps somebody. Anyway, thanks. Please like and subscribe.